Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to do a gold, bronzy, dark, smoky, neutral lipped makeup look. So let's get right into this tutorial. Okay, so for today we're going to start off with eyebrows, and I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the color Soft Brown. I'm going to be using this on an angled brush with a spoolie at the end. And we're not going to do anything crazy with the brows. I'm just going to fill them in like I regularly do and make them look a little bit fuller. Alright, and to finish up the brows and to set them, I'm going to be using the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara in the color Chocolate. Alrighty, next step is to carve out the eyebrows, and to do that I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer in the color Fawn. I'm taking it on the back of my hand, and then with a small flat brush I will use that to carve out the brows. Then I'm going to take that concealer and run it over the lid and then blend it out, and we're going to use this as the primer for our eyeshadow. To set the concealer on our eyes, I'm going to be using the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder in the color Naturally Neutral. Okay, to start off on our eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Hill X Morphe palette, and for our transition color, I'm going to be taking this color right here on a big fluffy blending brush. Next, to darken up the crease, I'm going to be going in with the color that is right underneath the color that we just used. Next, on a different blending brush, I'm going to be taking this dark brown shade right here, and I'm going to be building this up in the outer corner and then blending it into the crease. And to further deepen up the crease, I'm going to be taking this even darker brown tone, and on an even smaller blending brush, I'm going to be building this into the outer corner. And then to make sure that every shade is blended together, I'm going back in with the biggest fluffy brush we used for the first transition shade, and I'm just going to run this over and blend everything together. Next, for the shade that we're going to be putting on our lid, I'm going to be using this single eyeshadow that is from the brand Ofra Cosmetics. And I'm not really sure what shade this says on the back. It says Victory Eyeshadow, but I'm not sure if that is the shade or if that is what this particular eyeshadow range is called. It's just this gold bronzy looking shade, and I'm going to be taking this on my finger and applying it to the lid. So because of the eyeshadow lid color that I used, I feel like it has a more olivey tone to it, and the transition shades that I use have a more red tone to them. I want to take this color in the palette, which is a more orangey yellowy tone, and apply that on the transition shade that I used to kind of tie in the lid color a little bit more. And just to make the lid pop a little bit more, I'm going to be going in with this gold shade, and with my finger I'm just going to lightly tap this over the lid. Going back in with the second fluffy brush that we used, and the darkest brown that we used out of the palette, I'm going to be deepening the crease back up because it got a little bit too light for me. And lastly, to finish off the eyeshadow, I'm going to be taking the black and smoking it out on the upper lash line on a thin brush. And I'm just flipping the brush over to this side that has a little angled brush, and I'm going to further smoke that shadow out. And now to the lower lash line, I'm going to be taking the second transition shade that we used and smoking that all out on the lower lash line. And lastly, I'm going to be taking this darkest brown shade and this angled brush, and I'm going to be smoking that as close to the lash line as possible on the lower lashes. I'm only taking this shade about halfway to the lashes to keep the eye open but still keep the smokiness there at the bottom. Alright, and lastly for the eyes, I'm going to be taking this highlighting shade and putting this on the brow bone and the inner corner. I said inter. On the inner corner. Alrighty, so the eyes are done except for mascara, which we'll do last. Now we're moving on to the face, and to prime the face, I'm going to be using this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. For foundation, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear in the color True Beige. With a round foundation brush, I'm going to blend it out. And then after going in with the brush, I'm going to be going in with the Real Techniques sponge and just blending it out further. I'm going to be taking the L'Oreal Infallible for concealer in the color Fawn again and dotting it on those spots I think I need extra coverage. I'm going to blend this out with the same foundation brush. To conceal, I am going to be taking the E.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer in the color Medium Peach. Now, this concealer is very, very full coverage and really kind of thick, but since I did a pretty dark eye look on top, I really don't want my dark circles to show through. I'm also going to be using this concealer to highlight all the areas of my face. I'm going to be taking the L'Oreal Infallible for concealer in the color Almond. On an angled face brush, I'm going to be using this to contour the cheeks, forehead, nose, and jawline. Now I'm just going to set the face with the Coty Airspun powder in the shade Naturally Neutral. Step to bronze up the face, I'm going to be using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer. And on an Eco Tools little fluffy brush, I'm just going to be running this along where we cream contoured. For blush, I'm going to be using the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in the shade Feisty, and I'm just going to be applying this with an E.l.f. blush brush. Lastly, for the face, I'm going to be highlighting with the same highlighter shade that I use for my brow bone and inner corner on an Ipsy tapered highlighting brush. Last, for the eyes, I am going to be applying the CoverGirl Super Sizer Mascara, and this is the waterproof version. And to finish up the makeup look, I'm going to be taking the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Creme Brulee. Okay, so I think that this lip gloss might be a little bit too light for this look, so I'm going to be going in with the Buxom Full On Lip Cream. I'm not sure what shade this is. It's a plumping like a lip gloss, but it's just a little bit more pink, has a little bit more color to it, so hopefully it will deepen up the lips just a little bit. Okay everyone, so this is the final finished makeup look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and hit the notification bell so that you never miss a video. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Love you. Okay, bye.